when I was a kid, I kind of held back, didn't talk to people. I was just a very quiet person. If I was loud in front of you, it was kind of a it was a compliment, but I was probably too loud and made too much noise. What upsets me is on the internet, everyone is so willing to help, so willing to be good people, but they're so willing to tear down someone's story and they don't know anyone involved. But it's like, I don't know. You were three? Well, you must have known what you were doing, you know.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, and like I've told people before, a lot of people tell their story, and they're not obligated to sit here and show you a piece of paper with proof because you don't know how much deeper their story gets, and they don't want certain information out. They're letting you know as much as they want you to know so that you can understand their situation and what they're going through. They're not
Yeah,
obligated to sit here and show you pictures or show you court documents. They might not feel comfortable showing you court documents. I'm not saying this towards you. I'm saying towards the people that think, you know.
yeah,
So they gotta also understand, and sometimes you gotta put yourself in somebody else's shoes. I'm not saying put your guard down because, like Nate has said, there are people out here that have lied on situations like this, and that's what makes it hard for people when they do bring their story out and they're speaking their truth because people have already taken advantage of situations like
of
that.
that.
So, me, I don't judge people. I just take my time. I fall back. I watch. I observe. You know, I'm straight down the middle. Like, it's up to you. Like, my friendship isn't going to break because of something you said. Now it's going to break because I may have said something, and that's happened a lot. People get mad and they walk away. Listen, you want to walk away? Go ahead. Be my best friend. Just make sure the doorknob doesn't hit you with a good Lord split you. It's that simple.
Amen.
Like, and then when you say you done, I'm done too. Like, ain't no coming back from that word. I'm done. If you done, I'm done. Don't come knocking on my door once again. Don't make sure the doorknob doesn't hit you where the good Lord split you. Listen, I was raised around OGs. Listen, some people say original gangsters. I say original gentlemen. I was raised around a lot of them original gentlemen, around them OGs, or around them old heads that got wisdom and they got knowledge that would pull you by your ear and tell you that your shit stink. Even if you gave them attitude, they ain't giving up on you. They don't give a fuck, and they'll put you on blast in front of everybody. Like, don't fuck with them. I was raised by them,
Yeah.
so at the end of the day, like shit is if it's right is right, if it's wrong is wrong. Like I tell a lot of people, oh, they was talking about me on social media. You shouldn't have never aired your dirty laundry on social media. You don't want to be talked about. Don't air that dirty laundry. Don't act a fool on social media. Because once you start acting like a fool, guess what? You become somebody's content. You become somebody's topic. Some people may care and they may not use you for their content, but other people don't give a fuck. This is a good topic for them today. They making some bread today. You shouldn't have did what you did.
Rachel, there's people out there that love that.
Exactly. People love,
They love that drama.
Like Nate has says before, people love more drama than what they love positive shit. Nate
Yep.
has said it before. The word has said it before. Like that's what draws people's attention. And you know what's crazy, right? I've said this time after time. For all y'all people out here that be like, they got kids and shit, they be like, oh, I don't know why my kid is doing that. Why my kid is lashing out on me like that. I'm raising them right. But you may be saying this to your child in person, but then you come out and behind, like when they're not around, and you think they're not around, but you know what? There's always their friend. They got a little friend somewhere in a corner. They seen the dumb shit you did outside in public today, and you think your son or your daughter don't know about it. But then you want to get on social media and sit here and act like a fucking clown and try to figure out why your child is doing this and your child is doing that. I'm not raising them like this. I'm not. But you're being a hypocrite. That's what your
They're
child is
watching
seeing. The
you.
hypocrisy, the contradiction. So that makes them not give a fuck. my mom is doing this, my dad is doing this, I could do it too. It's like a parent telling their parent telling their kids not to sell drugs, but they're a member of the cartel. Some of them have a choice to leave sometimes, but we're talking about the hood. We're not talking about the actual hotel. You see where I'm coming from? Like, they drug dealers themselves, is my point. Like, these kids don't mean to be born into this shit, but they parents telling them, oh, you can't do this, this is not right. Yeah. But stay here and bust a trap in front of their fucking kid or in front of any other kid. Or if not, you got the ones that go as far as you got the kid as the lookout, or you're giving them a bundle, but this kid is dead down the corner because he lost a bundle of fucking weed. Now it's weed. It's not just coke and heroin they killing motherfuckers for. I've seen this shit. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, wait. I seen a man get slapped for owing another man $5. I said, $5 really? You can't make that shit? Just don't let the motherfucker more money.
That goes to her fish and chips for like under $3. Fish and chips from the chip shop on a Friday. Gets mugged. They got nothing, not even her fish and chips.
Yeah, that should be crazy.
Her life was worth $2 because it was £1 and something, so it would have been less than $2.
I got a couple minutes left on this live. I'm about to finish reading this.
This is how we value people nowadays.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Entertainment is breaking people or finding people that's already broken.
Angel,
and seeing if we can break them all.
I'm gonna end this live because I got people coming in already, and I gotta start cooking. I plan on doing this again with Nate the Great podcast tomorrow at 8:00 if you want to join us.
That would be lovely.
So we are going to speak on a part 2 on this, whichever way Nate want to do it. Because I know I'm not going to get a chance to do another part 2 on this. I might end up hopping on something else when I do another live. But I'm not getting live on my panel for maybe another week or so. I will be uploading videos though. Because like I said, I'll be having crazy weeks. Like the weekends, mostly Sundays, is when I got time to myself. So that's why I was able to get this long on today, because today I had a day off. I was like, fuck it, let me get on here. Like, I see what's going on with these teachers and stuff like that. Let me speak on it a little bit, because people want to speak on just one teacher. I was like, no, this is happening all over these schools, worldwide, all over the country. And I could just keep going. Like, don't just keep keeping the topic on that one teacher that did this. No, let's keep going to more than, let's keep showing. Like, even if you don't want to speak on a topic or the subject, at least bring a little bit of the awareness towards what's going on. You know, give your little opinion, and that's it. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, let's bring our opinions, let's bring our solutions to these tables. Like, I'm tired of the beef, and this is not the time to beef. Like, it's like Dej Loaf says, it's time to be potatoes. Let's be potatoes. Let's all smash together. Like, we ain't got time to be.
There's always psychops. There's always things that will try to distract you. But remember, your children are our future. Don't let anything sidetrack you from your children.
Yeah, and like I said, like, there's a lot of the, like, listen. Like, there is a lot of celebrities that do try to speak up on the stuff that's going on in the government, and by the time people do realize it, I'm saying, I'm like, it takes for this celebrity to die for you to open your eyes. Like, wake up. Don't wait for the warning this celebrity gave you to it hit your little school or your. It's already hitting our schools. Let's put it like that. It's already there. Like, our kids has been the target, going to be the target. And if we want to make a difference, we're going to have to make that stand. That stand that everybody's so scared of. Ain't nobody talking about rioting. Ain't nobody talking about killing. Ain't nobody, like, listen, our last bet is going to have to be like Nate and The Word has said. Both of them have said this. Boycott these schools. You want something done? You want to see them do something? Each and every one of us stand up and take our kids out of the schools. Teach them something. Have a bond with your kid. Like, show them how to cook. Like, come on, man. Like, I've
Show
seen,
them who matters first.
like, you
Who
see,
comes first?
yeah, like,
Work, school, or family?
and
You're the parent. Take control.
they're taking our rights away from us. Like, people don't notice. That's why a lot of these kids are getting out of control. As soon as you discipline your child the right way, and I'm not talking abuse, because I've seen this happen to so many parents, and they sitting out here fighting the school system and they fighting the government to get their kids back. Some of them don't even get their kids back unless they complete a program, and even with the program, you still see them out there trying to fight for their kid. All why? Because they sat there and disciplined their child. They didn't abuse their kid. They did the right thing. They didn't use an extension cord. They didn't use a hanger. They didn't push them down the steps. They didn't use a knife. They didn't beat them down like if they was a stranger. They sat here, and if the kid deserved to pop in the mouth, gave it to them. If a kid deserved to ass whooping with a belt the right way, I've seen that shit happen. They come and they take their kids away. All because the kid complained, my mom hit me or my dad hit me. Okay, what happened? They still sit here and say why they did this.
But there's parents out there having sex with their children.
Those are the ones that get away. Then you find the kid dead next in the news, like the next day in the news. Like, you hear the story of this kid has just, child neglect. The parent has beat them up. This has happened. I could just keep going. And I'm saying, I was like, social workers are not doing their jobs, but a social worker will do her job when the parent is doing their job. Want to sit here and harass a parent when the parent is doing their job? How many social workers have not gotten arrested in different countries and different states and stuff like that because they did not do their job? A kid appears dead a week later after they were supposed to have done their fucking visit, and you sat here and said that it was okay. The child was able to stay in his parents' house. Like, if you didn't notice the signs, but yet you notice that the parent is doing something good, you want to sit here and make this parent go through hell. Make that make sense. And I've noticed it with a lot of social workers. There's so many videos out here.
Their life, the family loses a family member, the social worker loses her job. That's a bit of a Pyrrhic victory. We need to start taking control.
And we also need to start taking responsibility for our actions instead
of
pinning it on our kids all the time. Because I understand, I understand when a kid hits a certain age, it's time to pop the nipple out their mouth, right? But some of these kids are being followers, nothing more, nothing less. How are we going to bring a solution to that? I've heard Nate the Great bring great ideas. The Word bring good ideas. I've been on Doa's panel, and she's giving great ideas. I've seen, I said his name earlier. I've just started watching him recently. D-Truth. Good advice out, stuff like that. So, I've just started, seeing, what's his name? He calls himself the Underballs. I just started recently watching him because of Doa's. And he talks about bullying, but I'm falling back just watching the panels because since I'm not going live and I'm doing what I'm doing right now, I was like, let me just listen and hear what they got to say. And like I said, a lot of people got a lot of good perspectives, but we need, more people need to start coming.
We need to put them
more
together
people,
and start putting something into action.
More people need to start supporting panels like these men that I just mentioned and these women, because what they're doing is they're supporting the drama more than what they're supporting this. And then you hear them talk about our kids are our futures, our kids need this, but okay, y'all sitting here supporting the same shit y'all saying y'all fighting against for y'all kids. So make that make sense.
And your kids are watching you support that.
So I'm like, oh, it's okay to have fun. It's okay to sit here and watch a roasting session here and there. But it's what you do with them roasting sessions and what you do on y'all panel. Some people take certain shit overboard. This isn't funny no more. Now you taking this whole conversation to a whole nother level, to the point where it leads to threats. Social media is going to be the death of a lot of people. And I don't get tired of saying that shit. When people want to bring awareness about, what's going on with the kids or speak on a story, I've heard so many people talk about, oh, that's why your kid got raped. This is why this happened to your kid. Why are you bringing the kids into y'all beef? I've heard so many fly shit come out of people like, yo, keep that beef between y'all. Like, you don't know what this person could do because you've hurt them by talking about or speaking about their child and what has happened to them. They
When
brought
the
this
kids
story.
come into it, that kills it for me.
They brought their story onto social media to bring more awareness. Like I said before, and I don't get tired of saying this. So for people to be like, oh, I need proof that this happened, their story is enough, and you can find out if their story is true or not. All you gotta do is do your research. It's that simple.
If you don't believe it, if they're not naming names, move the fuck on.
Exactly.
I support people I support. I'm not in chats with people I don't like.
Yeah,
I'm not in chats with people I don't believe or don't support.
And you can't get mad at people for their opinion. It's their opinion. For all that, then shut the fuck up and don't give yours.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get mad at people for their opinion. Like, and especially if they got proof about what they're speaking on, why am I getting mad about them? If anything, let me do my research and speak on a little more on it too when I have a subject or a topic coming up that's kind of similar to it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and hate and judge. Like, no. Let me support this brother. Let me support this sister that's trying to bring awareness to this. I don't see people do that. I've seen people talk about people when they bring awareness about cancer. Like, why is y'all doing that? Like, I know there's people out here that fake shit, but y'all, those people is not the fault that the ones that are really going through it, like, they got to be the ones that suffer. They're the ones that got to pay the consequences. Because now this person fucked up. Now I don't trust nobody. But damn, now this person's trying to bring awareness to this and bring some, what can we do? Because people fuck it up for people.
That's one of the reasons I know people want me to not trust. And you know what I keep on doing anyway? I'm going to trust you even if you fuck me over.
Nah, see, if you fucked me over,
I'm just not gonna trust you 2-3 times.
Yeah, now we could be cool. Like, you go your way, I go my way. No, not with me. I go. Listen, we cool. Like, you apologize, you did this. You go your way, I go my way. Once you fuck up, you fuck up. Like, cause if you do it once and I could see in you that you're not really resentful or that you don't regret what you did, I know you're gonna do it a second time. It's all in the body language.
Oh, but they're always sorry. That's the thing. They're always resentful.
That's why I said I treat life like a baseball game, and sometimes I don't even let people get to the third strike. You got me fucked up. There's certain strikes you cannot get past.
Certain shit. I've stopped by.
But like I said,
apart from when my mum passed away, I did actually hate everyone. And not want to trust everyone for about 2 months.
See,
and then I thought, fuck you.
My mom passed away. I missed her.
And changed me yet.
Yep. When my mom passed away, I missed her because I loved her. I always tried to get my mom's attention, but I didn't get it the way I was supposed to. But when she passed away and people was like, how you feel? I feel sad, but I feel relieved because now I can speak my truth. When she was alive, I couldn't speak. And as a kid, I did it because I didn't want to hurt her. Because the more I spoke on it, it bothered her. I didn't understand back then. But as a woman, I was like, no, man, I'm not going to stay shut. I can't. Like, I don't trust you. I don't trust nobody. Like, and then when what happened to my son happened, like I said, it was just so many mixed emotions that, like, and all that happened in the process, like, a little bit before my mom passing away and everything. Like, I just had to say it, and the family putting pressure. Y'all want to pick sides, y'all pick sides. As far as I'm concerned, that man belongs behind bars. Y'all judged my dad and wanted me to hate my dad and love a monster. Y'all got me fucked up. I ain't loving no monster. I don't want him nowhere near me, and I'm going to speak up. He's with a whole wife now, right? A whole woman now with kids. Lord knows what them kids are going through. It's not the first time. He didn't just rape me. He raped my brother. So y'all know that he doesn't just aim for girls. He goes for boys too. For those people that be like, oh, how can a little boy get raped? I just told y'all, there's men out here that do it. Yeah, there is. It's fucked up. There's more women that, I'm not saying it's fucked up that there's more women that do it. I'm just saying that's fucked up. But there's more women that do it than there is men. And it's crazy.
easier for us, even though it's not easy, but it's harder for them.
Exactly. And like, speak your truth. You gotta speak your truth. Like, speak it. Like, people gonna talk. People always gonna have something to say. Like, don't ever be ashamed of what happened to you. Your past made you. Your past could have broke you, and if it made you, speak on it. Like, bring awareness to what happened, so other people don't go through it. It's never too late. You may have not survived that war, but you're able to help the next person. You're not a victim no more once you're able to help that next person with your story. I don't consider people being victims. I consider them, yep, I consider them being survivors, warriors.
No, we're like scars. We survive. Like scars show us how strong we are.
That's my kid's godmom, by the way, guys.
Hello.
Amen.
Like, we all got a similar story, so no, it's okay.
You okay? Let it out, cause I'm a crybaby too, my love. Don't worry. You gotta let it out sometimes, and sometimes it takes to talk to strangers, people that you never met before, but can relate to the same thing. You know, we all gotta stick together and help each other out. We're survivors. You know, we're not no longer victims.
That's what I was.
That's what you are. That's what we are. We are survivors. Not what you was. That's what you are. You look yourself in the mirror every day. You tell yourself, I'm a survivor. You just go on with your day.
Yep, look at yourself in the mirror and say, girl, you everything. Like, listen, there was a while, like, when you said you felt like you felt some type of way with your body and stuff like that. Like, when I was young, growing up, I felt the same way. And it took a while for me to realize to love myself, that I had to love myself in order to love anybody else. If I couldn't love myself, how could I love my kids? And the first man to open up my eyes, he's not even a man. He's still a young boy. He's a young man because he's 16 going on 17. He's a young man. The first boy to ever open up my eyes was my son.
Same to me.
So
It's like every time I put myself down, I'm putting him down. Because he looks like me. He's got my eyes.
we all pray for your healing.
His moustache.
We all pray for your healing. You got this, Angel. Listen, some of us stay on that battle for a long time. I still see people. Listen, I still know people that have been through what you've been through, similar, probably worse, probably less, and they tell me the same thing I'm telling you. Like, we all go through that depression. We all go through it. We all handle our demons and the same hell, just in different ways.
I'll never let
Angel, you know you good though, right?
I love you, mate.
Nah, you know
Sorry.
listen,
I felt a bit. Sorry.
nah, but listen, you know you good regardless, and that's the best thing to do a lot of times. Like you gotta let it out, regardless of what. Trust me, if I would have allowed the certain things to keep me where I was at, I wouldn't even be able to tell the story of my damn self. So trust me, I already know what it is. Like you gotta be around the right type of people. As long as those people know, you know, as long as those people know what it is and they really willing to help you, you already know what it is. You already know you got a little extended family right here, baby.
No, look, I was ill for a week and it felt like a year. I missed you all. And that was in between me popping in.
No, but see, you had your things going on. Like I said, your health and everything else comes more than anything. That's even when it comes to mental health sometimes. Sometimes you're going to take a break from it. And you're going to need it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to always have people like me that's just balanced. I'll be headbutting people. You see what I do.
Hey, we're choosing love. No.
Oh, I lied about that. I try to
We're
choose
only
love over
having
violence.
mate because I agree with the name. It's sweet. That's me being controlling.
No. But it's not even being controlling. You actually look. You're gonna need that a lot of times. If you keep repressing certain things, that becomes a problem. Told you that. It's gonna become a problem. Hush up. I wish you would do that outside, my man. Shoot.
I think sometimes I always had that sort of like the child psychologist in my brain saying to me,
Nah, but if you don't talk about it, listen, if you don't talk about it and it builds up, guess what happens? It gets worse. And then, like some people, they lash out regardless, you know, and that's the thing you don't want, especially if that's not the type of time you're trying to build on. Like, you can't say, I want to build something, but then the same token, you burning the same bridge you're trying to build with. So you got to, some things in life, even when it's the toughest things to let go, you got to let it go.
yeah,
Can't allow it to consume your life neither. So
That's true. He's speaking facts right there. Like we all go through it. Like I said, like listen, I know women that have been molested, that have been raped, and they have grown up, and they're how can I say it? Their best way of coping, and believe it or not, is by having sex with different men. They've become sexaholics somehow. It's crazy and weird to hear, but it's true.
Everybody
yeah,
differently, you know. Like my rapist was my dad, and I took care of him until he died. So it's like having the person that did what they did to you, and then it took you to take care of him, change his pampers, take him a bath. I actually was the one that followed him when he passed away, and it's like I often question God, like, why you choose me, you know? And I'm the victim. That's why I said, like, I had to think about it as I'm a survivor. Like, God knows what He do, you know. And it's like right in that hospital bed, tubes and all. And I told him, I forgive you. And it was hard, you know, but and I still deal with it every day with my depression, my PTSD, my anxiety, you know. But then it's like every day's a new day, and you just gotta take it and try to handle it the best way you can. You know, only you can cope with how you feel and how you react to your feelings. You know, and it's always good to have that support. You can sit here and talk to someone you know for years, and honestly, I'd rather talk to someone that's been through the same thing. You know, we can help and support each other. That's how I say we are no longer victims. We are survivors. We're still standing on our 2 feet, you know, and that it means a lot, you know. Like I'm 36 years old, and I'm still dealing with things because of my past. But every day I wake up like it's gonna be a better day. You know, if this happened like this, let me go about it this way. Like, you know, it takes time. It can be years, you know, but you got to think about it. We still on our 2 feet, you know. We still standing. We still breathing. We still taking each day as it comes. We just got to learn how to cope and handle. And sometimes you need people. Like, I just sat here and just start listening to the conversation and butted in, you know. But it's like because I can relate, you know. And I'm just here to tell you that you have support. You have people that care. You, like, what's your name, Nate? Like he said, you got to be around the right people, you know, the right people that support you, that'll be there for you, that won't judge you, you know. So just take it easy and you'll be okay. I know you will.
I think
That's a
that's really
fact.
important. Other
that's
people.
anybody though, because I told somebody, I said, listen, everybody has some sort of different whatever. Everybody is gonna have that same notion to think, oh well, if it happened this way, it's going to continue. Nope, don't think that way. You're not supposed to think that just because it happened to you that it's going to constantly happen or that you're going to constantly be a victim. No, a lot of times, yeah, they might take your pride or a piece of your pride, but you still living. So you could change that whole narrative when it's all said and done. I mean, you know, again, hurt people. And that's what I see. Some people just don't know how to react to anything, and they're going to do anything they feel, especially to lash out at the wrong people, instead of trying to take that time and investment and trying to get themselves right. And if they ain't got the right people around them again, it's like pushing them to the werewolves. You know what's gonna happen. You know, you gotta be around. Sometimes it's good to talk, even if it's not a complete stranger. Somebody that shoot. Sometimes you might get a complete stranger come out of nowhere, and if they feel they're gonna talk with you, have a conversation with you, 9 out of 10, they probably see that you're going through something. But it's up to you to accept that blessing too.
I think it's
Facts. Like it just happened right now. My kid's godmom just hopped in. Like she heard Angel, and she just wanted to,
Because I
like
can relate. That's why I was like, I can relate, you know. And then She still feel like she a victim. No, you're not a victim. Like you,
You're able to speak on your story, Angel. This is making you a survivor. I mean, a warrior right now. Yeah, survivor. You're able to let the next person, like whether it's on this panel, whether it's on Nate's panel, the words panel, anybody's panel, you spoke, you gave somebody else, your input on, your side of your story, what happened to you when you was younger, how as time passed by you've been getting through it because you're still alive. A lot of people try to take their lives and they're not here. Like you're still here. You're with us. You're talking. You're telling us your story.
Survive by being like them.
What happened?
They want you to survive by becoming like them and hating and not trusting like them.
Yeah, but you
I
stronger.
think when you become like that, that's when you are a victim.
Yeah, but you stronger, and you've shown that, especially here today. What you've shown us is what you've shown us today. You okay? I want to make sure you're okay, because if not,
we can stop talking about something else.
You sure?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't want you to get overwhelmed though, because I know how it feels.
Yeah, but you know we are regardless. At least the main ones here, because I don't find nothing funny or
even
something
if
funny.
trolls say anything, I don't care anymore. I know who I am.
Facts, and that's a start right there. And like I've told people before, if you sit here and agree with what a pedophile or a rapist does, then you're no worse. I mean, you're no better than them, and you're worse than them. Because in my head, I'm sitting here thinking, would you do some shit like that too?
Shoot, you'd be surprised if somebody's allowed to even say something like that on here. You know what the hell they do.
Mate, sometimes when someone says to you, oh, you was 3, so you was a 3-year-old slut. At 3 years old, I didn't know what anything was. I didn't know about anything like that.
Yeah, but again, that's not your fault. And again, you don't allow certain things to even play. You don't allow certain things. I'll tell you this again because I felt like we had this convo one time too.
Yeah.
You don't allow certain things to play your mind because again, that was none of that stuff happened was your fault. So if somebody is allowed to even say that, guess what? That goes to show you where their whole character is at. And those are the type of people that probably be the main people at some point being arrested for doing some sort of shit along those lines because nothing is funny about that.
And
Because you think that shit is funny? All right.
Taken off of Facebook, off of YouTube.
And that's true. Don't ever, ever, ever listen. Don't ever let anybody, because of what they say, determine who you are right now in the present. Your past doesn't determine who you are. That's why I keep saying throughout this whole life, some people had a past that made them and some people had a past that broke them. You have a past that has made you. For the simple fact that if it would have broke you, you wouldn't be speaking to us today.
Yep. And being able to express yourself. Like me, I try to harm myself. I took pills, I did drugs and stuff like that. I'm trying to cope with the pain, having sex with men and stuff like that, It's just, that was my way of coping. And then I'm like, I've really continued to being a victim. And once I had my daughter, it was like a life changer, It woke me up. And I no longer see myself as a victim. And then the experience with my dad taking care of him and stuff like that. And now my daughter is type 1 diabetic since September. She's only 7. So it's like, I see it as an eye-opener. Like, I can easily dwell on it and relapse and go back to things and blame myself again. Because I used to blame myself just like you blame yourself. But we were kids. We didn't, like you said, you didn't even know nothing about kissing or anything like that, And it's hard, like.
And that's why I say that pedophiles, to me, they shouldn't even be here. Because at the end of the day, if a dog is taken down once again for biting a human, for having rabies, why can't a pedophile get put down for taking a child's innocence? Why can't a rapist get put down for taking away what he took from a woman that was either a wife, that was either a wife, a daughter, or a mother?
Exactly.
Just make them angry. take away their gift, but there's another implement they can use.
I know.
Castration doesn't work.
No, I wasn't talking about castration. I said getting put down.
Amen.
I took it a step further. Hold on one second. Let me take a minute real quick. Let me give a shout out to Papa Will. Ooh, I love his channel, yo. You'll know a lot of knowledge, a lot of wit. Listen, I learned of him because of Nate in the Word. And right here, where is he at? He said it right here on his comment. He said, if you don't have enough people in real life, there are those of us that support you.
Yeah. I told her that.
He said,
Sure did.
I'm guessing this is for you. Oh, I learned how to do that now on
You
StreamYard.
put it on there, okay.
I had this vision thinking about you today, and suddenly I was fighting the guy that tried to rape me, and right then I knew it was time to get out of bed and past the depression. So shout out to Papa Doug. For those of you that don't know him, listen, go check him out. If you catch the replay, go check Papa Doug out. This is one live that I am definitely breaking down. I've never been on live for 5 hours and 34 minutes.
Damn.
The most I've been on a live is 2 hours.
There was one time I was an activist.
Nah, I only had to come back up here because I heard my homie crying. I was over here multitasking again. But you know, like I told you before, we always gonna have your back regardless. God put people in people's lives for a reason. And I'm not gonna lie to you about that. Sometimes it's for the good. Nah, they left you here because I was trying to karate chop you in your scalp piece, and you still haven't learned yet. But it's okay. It's okay. We still love you, baby.
God, come here. He sent me over to let you know.
I told you, if I ever meet Nate in person,
you still threatening to bite my kneecap? It's all right.
I can't reach your kneecap.
I'm getting Nate, I'm getting you a kangaroo. I'm sorry. I can't give you a gun because you will start World War V on this bitch, and World War III is just getting started.
Well, make sure it's a nice size kangaroo because I want to make sure everybody get a nice kick in the stomach along the street. I don't know.
This is how he treats his
No, listen, his body weight is up to you because I'm getting you a baby one. You gonna raise that nigga. You seen how big they get? I'm getting you a male one at that. Yo, them niggas. Yo, I watched the video with my daughter. I watched the video with my daughter and them kangaroos, boy, they was sitting here. Yo, I'm seeing, I'm like, look at them box their asses off, and I'm like, they challenging a nigga, like, yeah, I'm bulkier than you. Try me. It reminded me of Nate because I was listening to Nate the Great when she came and showed me this goddamn kangaroo videos. Meet one of these.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get a baby one. Get a baby Joey.
You and your auntie are both blessed, and your aunt's got a lot of love inside of her. And I hope she never relapses because I don't know her, but I know she's done fucking well. And the first time I listened to your story, I left a message, and I said, like,
you got real low. I couldn't hear that.
I think you said something about Michelle.
Both you and your aunt has both inspired me. You can tell your aunt's passion and love, and I could feel that. And on top of that as well, your story inspired me. Your aunt's stories inspired me, and I just think, like, those are both strong people. And I don't feel weak. For a minute, I felt a bit weak because I fell apart, but I don't. I feel like I'm a part of your crew now. You know,
you a strong woman. You're not weak. Listen. You are a strong, beautiful woman that is outspoken and has a mind of her own. And that right there is what matters.
I'm
Wait, and when she don't want to listen to reason, you know
Hey
what I'm
mate,
about to
just
say to you,
hits
right?
me up the
You
arse.
know what I'm about to say, right? You know what I'm about to tell you, right? I shouldn't even have
You
to say
just
it.
hit me out the club.
I want to hang you off the balcony for Nate style. Like you're gonna have no choice but to accept and embrace the love. Damn it!
You know, I love you all. You have all cracked inside my heart, you little fuckers.
Nah, but look, we got love too. Like, listen, this is what it is. I told you, even when it came to this, I knew what I was doing as far as building, and even if it ain't benefiting me to the degree, it doesn't matter. You know, it goes to show people you can come on here, build, come around solid people. Sometimes you're gonna hear some things you might not, it might break your heart, but it just goes to show you that there's still humanity, and you ain't gotta necessarily conform to the peanut butter and jelly BS, especially on here. And I told you one time before, why you think I'll be laughing at him? Angel, have you ever really seen me get like off the wall? You know I got a 0 to 1,000 and
No,
back to zero
Nate,
real
I
quick.
know your spirit. I know your spirit. You have the most beautiful spirit. Yeah, it's like when I look at your smile, it's the most attractive, most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It is so gorgeous. And the devil wants to rob that from you, and he wants to make you angry and pissed off. And it's okay, get angry, get pissed off about the good things, and don't let anyone steal your smile, because that belongs to God.
Oh, you just trying to butter me up so I can get you in the club tonight. It's all right.
First,
Nah, this thing.
first class ticket.
No. But,
You're not
but
allowed
like
to
I
kick
told
me
you,
out.
but like I told you, you see how I got a balance. Like I can never take nothing on him personally. Like I'm saying, with one of my boys right now, he be sitting here laughing at some of my lives. Like this nigga, you a whole fool, son. Like I don't be. Listen, there's nothing you can tell me if you don't know me personally. And even the people that rock with me personally have come up and even said themselves, "Nah, nigga, we respect what you don't." So that just goes to show you it doesn't
Every
matter.
day, bro, every day, just pray, yeah, that your heart has more love than hate, yeah, because every day, if you've got a good heart, you need to pray twice as much because the devil's coming for you. If you've
Well,
got a
guess
bad
what?
heart, you might be able to sit back for 10 minutes. But
Well,
I'm telling you, like I said, that smile, the devil tried to rob you, but God's reclaiming it. So don't allow anyone to bring you down or anything.
I can't allow that. First of all, it's not even just that. I already made a promise to the person that's no longer here. So if I go against that, I'm basically going against everything I stood for. So that's not
Amen.
going to happen. And second of
And I'm
all,
not
if
gonna
anything,
let
the
it
devil get punched in his mouth
happen.
like everybody else. Listen, you forgot I was a
It'll go
fighter. The
against
devil get
my
punched in the
muscles
mouth like
too.
everybody else. Enough. I'll deal with your ass later. Oh, you hit me? Yeah, I hit you. Oh, it's okay. I'll be back. I'm telling you. I don't.
I'll tell you what, if anyone hits you and she's female, you call me, bro.
Nah, ain't
I'm
nobody doing
willing
that to
to
me.
awaken demons.
Well,
Oh,
shoot.
shoot.
Apparently, some people have already been intimidated. And I don't know why, but it's all good. like, I think it's just because I really don't play that, and I don't
uh,
care about the height, not near none of that. You go against principles that I
you're
stand
saying
and
you
stand
don't
there and
mind
say,
if I'm
I'm
five
on your
foot
neck.
two.
Oh,
You're
you
saying
still
you
try to
don't
butter
mind if
me up
I'm
to get in the
5'2"
club.
and I'm coming after you.
Nah. Well, I'm still not going to be inclined to believe that. Oh, wait a minute. Damn, I got shot. My fault. I'm multitasking again.
I could stamp on your toe. You could bend down. I've got it all planned.
Nah, I wasn't on plan. If you step on my toe, I keep telling you, I will hang you off the balcony. Should next time.
Bro, we stand 10 toes down. It doesn't matter if you stand on our toes, we stand 10 toes down.
That's some facts, y'all. Damn, I just noticed Papa Will's mentioning Perp. Yeah, we was missing Detective Stabler. I mean Vincent today.
Nah,
But
I know she been mentally dealing with some things too. So maybe
yeah,
mostly with the whole.
I gotta check. I gotta check her video. I know she uploaded one earlier, but I've been on this live almost all day, which I'm about to get off. I want to take a minute real quick. I want to thank Angel Hatton for coming up here, speaking on her story. You was brave. Listen, like I said, you was a beautiful, strong woman. Now you took the first step. Like you let it out. Like I know that a lot of people don't take this seriously. I believe that when people speak on their story, certain people shouldn't, make fun of it or nothing. And if you don't believe if their story is true, go do your research. I can't bash somebody down for speaking their story, especially when they had the courage to come up and speak. So I'm glad that, use another person that I was able to help when it comes to situations like this. And like don't ever be afraid to speak up and let them know who you are. Like how you deal with your situation is your problem. What matters is that how can I say it, what matters is that that you're able to pick yourself up, and whatever mistakes you did while you was feeling the way you was feeling, you're able to fix because you took acknowledgement of what you did. I don't know if I'm explaining myself right now. Like a lot of people don't do that. Like a lot of people don't take up for their mistakes. They don't, say, how can I say their flaws and their mistakes is not theirs. They put the finger at somebody else. They blame everybody else, and they don't take responsibility for their mistake. You was able to do both. You was able to speak your story, say the mistakes that you did in the past and what you want to do and how you're going to start. So a lot of people don't do that. They just don't care. So for somebody to come and sit here and judge you, and say anything bad or turn it as a joke, I don't see that a joke at all. Like, if I don't believe you, I'll straight up tell you I don't believe you. I gotta do my research. But at the end of the day, you could tell when somebody's telling the truth or not, and I could tell that you're telling the truth. Like, and it's not my job to sit here and put you down. Like, the best that I could do as a person, if you're going to speak up, is listen and give my opinion or give some advice. And it's not, all the time in in a lot of cases, that's not always good because not a lot of people give good advice. Not a lot of people, their opinion is their opinion, but not a lot of people give good advice. But I could sit here, like in your situation, tell you, what helped me cope. Like I could sit here and tell you, like, different stories of people that have been around me without naming names, how they was able to cope with their situation. So you're not doing nothing wrong. If anything, I could say I'm proud of you. I look up to you. Like, don't ever be scared to speak up. Like, don't ever be ashamed. It happened. Like, you can't change the past. You was a child. So all I could say is that I'm glad that you turned out to be the person that you are and you didn't turn out to be no predator. Because in cases like this, when stuff like this happens to us, there's two ways this can go about. And like Nate said earlier, even a child of a person that's been a victim of rape could end up going through the same situations and the same obstacles that us victims go through. And we're not victims no more. We're survivors once we're able to speak our truth in front of an audience and and not be ashamed of it and be able to help the next person. Wait, your voice got real low.
Sorry, we're educated adults.
Now it got robot-y.
She fell in the matrix.
We're educated adults now. We're no longer victims.
She did it again.
Oh dear, I'm gonna get that phone changed overnight.
No, I thought you already got the phone. That means you got to get them earbuds, damn it.
I've got the phone. I've got to set the phone up. I've got to change my SIM over and everything.
Oh, okay.
But I really do like. Honestly, don't even think about me being an inspiration. You've been an inspiration to me. And the thing is there's people out there that wants us to stop educating kids, to stop inspiring people, to stop inspiring survivors, because creating a world of victims creates a world of compliant people.
The reason I say that, how can I say it? The reason I say that you also inspiring me is because, listen, it feels good to hear somebody else say that your story helped me, and you hear this person actually speak up. Not a lot of people actually speak up. Regardless of them hearing other people speak up, they'll still stay shut, and it takes a lot for them to come out and speak up. They would have to go through like the worst to actually speak up. So I give it to you, like you spoke up, you wasn't embarrassed, and like I said, like that makes me feel like I did something right.
Yeah, you do. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Everybody has done something right on one of these accords on this damn app, one way or another. It's not always about negative, and it's not always about trying to put somebody down. Like I said, there's nothing funny about situations of that magnitude, especially when you know for a fact it wasn't their fault. Now, if you honestly think that that's funny, then it goes to show you where your psyche is at, and that you need to be evaluated at some point. Because if you could think that that's a funny experience, that's not a funny experience for nobody. Some people might get over it after a while. Some people ain't gonna get over that. And just like you said, some people might end up killing themselves because they ain't gonna never get right. There ain't nothing to be laughing at. Nothing to be laughing at. But see, for those who are going through it and scared to speak their story, doesn't matter what story it is. When you bring it, you bring that awareness. That's the most. That's the most positive thing you can do, because there's the respect right there. You know, you're gonna have people who probably have already gone through it or might end up going through it at some point, but you're giving them hope. You know, you're giving them hope and inspiration that all right, things will be all right. You know, I gotta just be strong and move forward.
And
But
you
you gotta
know,
open up to the right people. That's all you gotta do is be around the right environments, the right people. Trust me, even when you think you a brick, you ain't a brick. At some point, you're gonna crumble because you are around the right people who really want to see you right and want to see you, you know, move forward.
I'm a brick, but I'm a soft brick.
No, but you gotta right to feel that way too, because you know you're not expecting to, you know, come across people that. But I told you the other day, look, you're gonna have people that come on this app and say the most outlandish shit. But do you actually think some of them are going to really mean what they say, or actually say any of that shit in real time without actual people busting them upside the scalp piece? No.
I
And for those
know,
that might say
because
it, you should
in
know what's
real
going to happen.
time,
Still going to get busted
in
upside
real,
the scalp piece.
in real time, my temper would take its toll.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, in real time, you got people that troll, but then they even know it's just certain things you're not going to be able to say or do, and people are going to tread or take that lightly, because that's not a funny situation at all. Especially when it's happening to the youngest. That's not funny. Any type of rape, any type of anything, that's not funny. That's not to be laughed at. And if you think it's something to be laughed at, it should happen to you. About that one. Niggas hate when you say that shit. It should have happened to you. How about that one? Or it's not even to be funny, but you know, sometimes these people gonna make you want to get out of pocket, but you strong enough to know you got the right people around you, and they, you know, we don't tolerate that shit. Not at all.
And you speaking some facts. Like
Definitely.
that's why I said before I ended this, I wanted to take the time real quick and thank you for being brave. For coming up on my panel and speaking your truth, for allowing more people that watch me, get the courage too, because now they're not just hearing my story,
Thank you.
they've heard your story. So basically you was brave enough today to speak on your story to help others that probably went through the same situation as you did. You didn't go into full details, but you spoke up enough for us to understand. Like, it's up to you if you ever want to go into full details. I know you got a panel. Like, if you want to go on your channel, it's okay to do it. Like, you could cry, you could. It's just your story. Can't nobody bash you for that. You understand me? Like let them think whatever they're gonna think. This is how you feel at the moment that you're telling your story. Like I've seen people, like I've seen people transform while they're telling their story to the point where you would think that the person that they're talking about is right there in front of them, and there's a crime scene right there. You're gonna have to call the cops, but there's nobody really there. I don't know if you understand me. So, like, however you speak on your story, you're allowed to. Whether it's this platform, like I said, Nate's platform, the Words platform, your own platform, even on your own platform. So, like I said, I want to thank you once again for being courageous, for being, strong, for being brave, for being a warrior, and speaking on your story. So,
that comes from you and your answers.
I'm hoping that your story does help, other people. And, like, listen, if you want to, I don't know if you got kids.
Yeah, I've got a son, but he's like my baby boy.
She said I got some. But listen, like, there's a lot of us that have sat there and, posted pictures of us in our, bathing suits and stuff like that. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. It's the people that post shit, that post stuff out there like that, and have, how can I say it, a different, I don't know, maybe Nate, because I think Nate might understand what I'm trying to say, that they have an agenda going behind that. Like, I even spoke on a story before where this lady was, there was these whole bunch of women commenting on little kids' pictures of people that have posted up their boys, like little boys, toddlers. And these women talking about how they would fuck the shit out of him, how that little boy is cute, or they gonna wife him. I'm like, y'all fucking sexual predators. Y'all sexual deviants. So, my whole thing is, like, you sat here, like, regardless of what you do in your personal life, that's your personal life. Like, can't nobody judge you for that. If you want to sit here and post a picture with your bikini, go ahead. Like, you know who you are. Can't nobody tell you who you are if they don't know you. They don't know you from a can of paint. When people need to speak up and people post up pictures and they post up videos with bad intentions, nobody wants to speak up. But when somebody wants to sit here and just show a nice picture of them, how they look on whatever they got put on, somebody wants to speak up right away. But when it's being done to our kids, how many people do you really see speak up? I don't see a lot of people really speaking up when all these kids are half naked on social media because they're following what their mama's doing. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not what you say. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So certain things, is good for. Certain things is good to point the finger at certain people, but not at others that are doing 10 times worse than what this person is doing. Make it make sense.
I told you what I said earlier. I said I had the funny laugh when the boys said, "I think your mom's getting her cheeks clapped." I'm like, the things these kids are saying nowadays. Like, I said, well, how the hell do you know about cheeks clapping? Like, wait. I'm telling you, it messed up my whole mind frame for the week. I'm like, I'm telling you, boy don't even look like he was 10 years old. He said, I think your mom was getting a cheese clap last night. I said, yeah, he ain't gonna be coming to sleepover no more. Like, he's not coming to sleepover no more.
These kids know more about sex than we do on some real shit. I think they know the Kama Sutra, I think it's called, book more than what we do.
We were taught about it in school. We only know what we experience. It's like,
nah, but you're not expecting no little kid to say that though. Not nobody that don't even look like they of age anyway. Like, come on, man. Talking about,
to be honest, Nate, as a parent, I expected awkward questions.
You want to know what
your father wouldn't answer them.
You know what's the craziest thing?
My son has never asked
a blowjob.
Mm-hmm. Nah, man, listen, he ain't even
I
supposed to be
always think if a kid is old enough to ask, tell them. Because they've heard it from somewhere, so at least tell them the correct thing. But for someone like, no, I would not be teaching my son about oral sex. Never.
Listen.
someone else's job.
The craziest thing I've ever heard a little boy ever say out here is, and they younger than my kids, is how they broke a female's back in. 1, 2, I want to know how somebody young as them sat here and push a woman's ovaries in. I'm like, damn, like, aren't you like 8 or 9? You did what to what? In my head, I'm sitting here, I'm like, wait, what? No, you're not even fully developed. Not even you haven't been through puberty. Talking about you pushed a woman's ovaries in. How the hell?
I'm 46, and I
And
don't
I
have
don't
kids.
have
Make quiet on that one.
That's why I've not had more kids, because my ovaries was pushed in. I'm sorry. I'm dying. Nate, this is your subject. Have you ever pushed an ovaries in?
I, I don't know. It's just it's some things I find funny, but then there's other things you gotta be like, all right, hold on. It's but guess what? Kids are gonna say the damnedest things, right?
They don't understand
Sometimes they're
what
gonna
it
be too
means
truthful. Look,
themselves.
sometimes they're gonna be too truthful. But for that boy to say, yo, I think your mom's getting her cheeks clapped last night. I'm like, that means you was at that means you was at the sleepover and they got loud over there after. Like, man. I'd have been like, yo, let me wait till these kids is out the house. I know you ain't gonna shut up. I know
Oh
you ain't.
God.
But you gotta be
I
mindful.
remember when I was younger, my best friend, she was such like what you've got to remember, we was Irish gypsies Catholic. So sex wasn't prohibited even between married people. That's what us kids thought anyway. We thought we just came from somewhere. And our mothers were like the Virgin Mary, like the Immaculate Conception. My
Blessings, Jane Wilson.
my best friend come in and actually said, I just caught your parents having sex. I run out to the living room and I'm like, get the fuck off of her. That's the first time I swore in front of my dad. And they were both just watching TJ Hooker. My friend was winding me up and like I never forgave her. She put that thought in my mind that my parents had sex once. Oh,
Man, I don't want to imagine my parents having sex, so I'm good on that one.
never.
But
There were 5 kids,
on
and
that
I
note,
think they had sex 5 times.
oh shit.
But
On
that's
the,
That's just
wrong.
wrong.
I don't mean to cut you off, but on that note, y'all funny as hell, y'all. On that note, I want to thank everybody that has come in and has showed support. Share the video. I will be breaking this down into little parts, to the conversations, the ways we, into the portions that how each conversation ended up and putting a title to it, because I've never been live this long, but hey, it's the first time for everything. But I want people to get the message and I want them to hear what we've been saying. I might do another open panel, not sure when, but I'm definitely going to be at Nate's the Great Podcast channel tomorrow at 8 p.m. So we could talk a little further on this and much more. And like I said, Angel, keep speaking your truth. Don't stop, yo. Like, don't ever let your past determine who you are today. So on that note, I want to thank all of y'all for showing the support, coming up, speaking, letting me know how y'all feel. That's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to like speak, leave y'all opinions. Like, one thing is leaving your opinion. Another thing is, one thing that I won't leave, let slide in the chat or anything, is people bashing people or coming at somebody because of their story, telling them, no, you're not right, this and that. You can't tell somebody about their story. Now, if you want to know they lying, the best thing that you could do is do your research. The same, like, we all do our research on each other, especially when we hear stuff like this. So like, that's the best thing you could do.
Rachel, you've had me on your panel,
So
so
you are
you
more than welcome to have any you're more than welcome to have any records or anything
Hey,
of
motherfucker, out of here.
and I just say thank you for your support. On YouTube, people are ready to tear you down before they're ready to support you. And just keep on being you because you are reaching out. You might not think you are reaching people, but you are. Some of those people might not even speak up.
Yeah, I'm glad and I'm hoping that I keep reaching people. Like at first I didn't, but then like I told you last year I had the chance to see this, but I got caught in a little matrix. I wasn't expecting for what happened to happen, so it was kind of like I got caught a little off guard because y'all know what happened. So, but
Yeah.
If I can support you, I'm here.
Papa,
Reach out to me.
Papa Will, you are speaking so many facts right now. So like our kids are regardless at the end of the day are gonna do what we do. Like what y'all fail to like realize is I'm about to put it right here. Let me show y'all this real quick. Because I'm really gonna end this real quick. So I'm gonna show y'all this. I'm gonna say it like this because oh alright. It's gonna be a little faster like this. Because I have it on the top of my head, but I don't want to fuck it up. I already said it once before. Let me see. I said this once before, and I hope people understand what I'm trying to say on here. Because it's kind of hard to keep repeating this. One day I just thought about it and said it.
There's a point in time when your kids will blossom, right? And everything you planted in them
will bloom. And when the sun shines, it will reflect on you. But when it rains and it pours, guess who drowns? Those roots you planted and expected to blossom. Even better than you did. But you neglected to take care of your seed. The whole point of this video is our kids are a reflection of us. So people, please get your morals in. Priorities. My bad. So basically the seed that you plant, how it depends on how you take care of it. That depending on how you take care of that seed is how it's gonna grow. So it's up to you if you have a good seed. It's up to you if you have a bad seed. Like I've said before, I think that a majority of us are the reasons why our kids turn out to be good and bad apples. That's why I said Papa Will is speaking facts right here. Today's children are like every generation before them. We all heard that thing that we went back and put in the street, like for curse words. My mother didn't curse at all, so you know where I got mine. And that's true. I grew up like that. Like in my household there was a lot of cursing, but the people that took me under their wings, there was no cursing. I was taught respect. I was taught to respect my elders, to respect is earned, not given. I could just keep going, man, with the stuff. So I agree with Papa Will on this right here. The culprit things we did as children looks really bad when we see or hear kids today saying the same stuff. And I've said that before, and I've had people, oh, just because this and that don't mean that they're gonna do this. Or I've had the people saying, oh, I did this before, I know they're gonna do it. So that means that you are positive, that you know for sure that because of your actions your child is going to be doing the same thing. So right there in my mind, you're taking accountability for your flaws and the mistakes you did in front of your kid. But then want to sit here and hide the hand and say, oh no, it's not my fault, they're to blame. Don't blame the kid when you haven't taught them or raised them right. Like, at the end of the day, it's not just their fault. We have to take accountabilities for our actions. So once again, thank you, Angel. Once again, thank you, Nate the Great for coming up and talking and speaking on these topics. I want to thank the Word for coming up earlier and giving his perspective, his point of view. I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming out. Like, y'all got to sub up to my second channel. Future lives, I will be posting the link on there. Once we reach 1,000, I will start doing the podcast on that channel and just leaving it there. Like, we gonna speak raw and uncut on that channel. Like, we gonna speak about everything that's going on around us. Like, I want more people to give their opinions. I want more people to bring solutions to the table. So let's do this. Like, thanks. I'm gonna leave y'all with this song right here, and I'm gonna end the live. And I hope that everybody has a blessed and humble day. I hope everybody continues to have a blessed and humble day.
Racheal,
Yes.
I just want to say, like I said, I've supported a lot of people, and sometimes I forget about my own.
There, and that's what happened today. I just want to thank you for making me realise something, which is I do need further therapy, and I've been offered it because I've got fibromyalgia. So I've been offered that free. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I wasn't going to before. And I just want to thank you, even though I don't feel brave because I felt a bit. Like, I just want to thank you for being there.